Christmas break, I have been working on this saw. Worked on the 266. I did finish putting it together. I've got a weak coil that's brand new. Ain't that awesome? When you buy something new, it just don't work for you. That's awesome. Anyway, this is my personal saw. But I was working on a man's right hand pull start saw. Okay, I took that saw apart completely so I could clean it. I mean, I wanted to take everything off of it, just because, you know, that's just the way I am when I start working on a saw. That's what I want to do, is I want to just take it apart completely. Well, I did do that. Couldn't find out somebody had worked on that saw before. It was held together literally with some kind of bond. I couldn't tell you what it is. It's that old. I've never seen it before. It wasn't even gray. It wasn't blue. It wasn't none of that stuff. It was white. Never seen white before. But anyways, pulled the cylinder off the oil tank, and it fell in two pieces. I was like, oh, now what do I do? Oh, okay, I'll just go over here and get a cylinder off one of these older saws and stick back on it. It didn't work out like I thought it was. But the man said to me whenever I grabbed that box away from him, he said, if you've got a saw that runs, keep that one for parts if you need it. And I told him, I said, well, I've got a couple part saws. I can put yours together, clean it, and get it running. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to. It went downhill after I took the cylinder off the oil tank. So what I did was, this is my personal saw. I took it completely apart I'd say about a week after I got it off of Austin. I took it apart, I cleaned it, I even did a little tiny bit of porting on it, opened up the exhaust, opened up the intake just a touch, not a whole lot, just to get some more airflow into it. I can't remember what side of the skirt on the piston that you cut, so I didn't mess with it. I totally forgot. I had to go back and watch one of Hopper's videos to figure that one out. But I didn't do that to this one. Okay, I know if you do, you get a little bit more. You get a little bit more oomph out of it, I should say. They run better. I guarantee you that they run way better. But I didn't do that. He has one of those. This is a weird bar. A lot of people call it a banana bar. See, it's got that swept tip. I think it's a weird bar, honestly. I do. I don't like them. I was going to put him a 20-inch on there, and I was like, and I remember him saying, hey man, I want my original bar and chain back on the saw, if you could do that. And I was like, okay. So I even stuck it back on there. I fixed the spring that holds the little clip that pulls it on there. Check this out, guys. This is so cool. You cannot tell me that is not cool at all. I was thinking about taking some one of these markers, paint, and coloring it black, but it's got so much, you know, nostalgic coolness to it. I didn't want to waste the paint, honestly. One thing I did wanted to do, I wanted to put that grip on there for some cushioning, because he's an older fella. He's I think he said he was 60, 69 if I'm not mistaken. I think that's how old he is. So, you know, give him some cushion to his hands. He does cut firewood, but he is like most older men. They like old school stuff, which I'm not old at all, and I prefer old school over new school any day of the week. I just think it runs better. That's just my opinion. I like older saws. I think they sound cool, and these older saws, you can just lean on them. The newer ones, you can't do that. But after I got it all cleaned up, and put back together. The only thing I had to do was rob an exhaust off of the other saw that I got laying over there. I put a side cover on this one. This one doesn't have a chain brake, which the right hand pull starter didn't have one with these originally. New spark plug. It does. Oh, this one's chipped. It don't have points in it, so I deleted that for him, so he wouldn't have that problem if he wanted to continuously keep using this saw. The only thing that really came off of his saw was the handle, the top cover, and the air filter. Now, the air filter on these things are really hard to find. If you find one, if you can find 2 or 3 of them, just buy them. It's worth it, I promise. I do have a question, though, to everybody out there that likes old school chainsaws. I bought 3 filters, and hold on just a second. What does that go to? Anybody can identify this air filter, because at first I bought these off a guy that had a whole bunch of Mac parts, and he had a whole bunch of Mac filters, and I thought, man, that's one of them old school filters. I wonder, well, I go to put it on there and it doesn't want to seal, and I was like, well, you know, the carb sits right there, why would it be wide open? There's no point, honestly. This does not work on this saw. The yellow top does not work on it. I tried it. So anybody out there that can identify these, you can have them. If you have the saw, I promise you, you can have them. I will ship them to your door. But these are older because they got that felt feel to them, and all 3 of them are in great shape. I don't even think they've been used. I have no idea what they are. So anybody out there that can identify these are yours if if you can tell me what they are, because I really don't know. I'm gonna set these back over here. So what I wanted to do was get this one running. It is loud. It's very loud. My on and off switch works now. I did have to fix it. The only thing I'm having a problem with is the gas tank lid. It doesn't want to seal properly, and it does have a brand new O-ring in it, and I don't know why it won't seal, and it's all the way down in it. So I know somebody's out there, well, you gotta put it all the way down in the thing. Blah, 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 blah. It's all the way down. Maybe there's a place where it's not all the way down, but I promise you, I took a little tiny screwdriver and I pushed it all the way down until it fell right into the little groove. Maybe it went too far, I don't know. But I had to fix the recoil a bunch of times, honestly. It kept, for some reason, after I did all that work to it, it had some good compression. So whenever I pulled it, I pulled a string plumb out of it. So here we go. I think it looks awesome. Old school cool. Check that out, man. That's just awesome. I can't wait to build me one and get it running. Like I said, this one right here has a little bit of lot porting done to it. Open up the exhaust, open up the intake just a little tiny bit, not a whole lot. I don't think I messed with the transfers at all. No, I didn't. No, I know what I did do. I grounded that wall, that up and flat wall. I made it like this, so the air would go into it a little bit better. But this thing is, it's just awesome. I love it. These old Macs. These are just saws you can't beat. They can sit around for 2-3 years, and you can put fuel in them and pull the cord, and they just start. I know one thing: the exhaust on that saw was actually really in really good shape. It ain't got the ones like that has the little, like the plate on the 1010 Pros. These are just vents. It comes straight out of the exhaust, which is cool. And I didn't mess with them. I know a lot of people bend them up just to get a little bit more airflow out of them, but I didn't. this I didn't even cut with this saw. All I did was tune it to make sure it ran right. I got it to where the daggone chain's not racing away on it. But he's an old school guy. He can probably figure that one out. But this is going back to Kentucky when I go to work in the morning. So I wanted this saw to be mine, but it's not. Oh well. I love it, man. It's just cool. Anyway, till the next video, you guys have a wonderful day.